Hello, 9th September of 2020. This video is associations. Mentioned previously huge amount of association videos. Why? Because the world in this digital disruptive economy needs to clarify what is the reason for associate you and me, how much value we generate, the intrinsic compound value to society. And so then, of course, we start then a revolution, because if we have some dictators with a monopoly that say presidents are more than 2 terms or more than 8 years in the association, or that the directors, let's say, half 4 years, and so on. But if we have these statutes that are relevant worldwide, because they should not discriminate one association to another association. I don't care if it is rock climbing or the association of ship owners of this country or continent, whatever, or the Chamber of Commerce in Spain, that is now controlled by the Chinese, because, of course, the members in China, Spanish Chamber of Commerce, are Chinese. It's very obvious. So then the consuls of Bilbao are 40 out of 46 from Bilbao. They are Spanish and Basque. So why cannot we control the association? How much intrinsic value we generate? And these videos I made before are going to change the future of associations, because the, let's say, fees that associations charge, if these, as I mentioned before, are zero, then all interested in joining the association can do so, which is the reason for you and me to be partners, therefore having this long-term compound intrinsic value. So, as we know better our land, our interests, and you and me complement each other very well indeed, so we are very interested in the long term, the associations will be very useful in the future. That's why I did put a lot of videos about what differences, what conflicts of interest, what statutes, what elections, what my professional last 34 years in all associations. Even I might ask, I was proposed to be president of the Basque Surfing Federation when I used to surf representing the Basque country in Europe, but also I was involved there in the meetings of this federation, European Federation, because it was a lot of issues regarding the Basque, the Spanish, and the rest of the countries. And so then I was representative and I was the speaker of this association, which I did not talk about this in these videos, because it would be too lengthy to explain all the positive trends I've tried to do in associations. But every time I enter into one of these, let's say, debates, I love debates, and I love adding intrinsic compound value to each of the associations, which most of the times then you will get kicked off the association, because no one is interested in changing a thing. The wage of the top managers, the wage of the 100, 300 people working there, whatever interests, then no one is interested. But then the associations are going to change, because if the fee of entrance goes down very much indeed, then of course all the persons and companies interested will join, providing much more value to the association than before. And well, we'll have to adapt then to new rules of elections yearly, the terms instead of being for 8 years maximum, 2 terms like in US presidency, then perhaps the terms have to be yearly renewed, perhaps the conflict of interest has to be signed, perhaps there has to be a code of conduct of all the members, and then perhaps also the accounts have to be clear, and perhaps this kind of candidacy to presidency, as I have done before, could be used in the future, because there is no point in going to vote without knowing the interests of developing the association in the intrinsic value, figures, and the quality of each candidate. If we cannot evaluate this, then there is no point for associations, elections, directors, whatever. And we have seen this in the political area and with this coronavirus. So if associations are digital, then perhaps like you and me are talking now, then perhaps we can talk to another association, unite this intrinsic compound value for society, have the Z generation and the millennials at these in universities worldwide help us, because we might have very good ideas for you to continue, but perhaps we just don't have enough time to develop, or these new technologies are just much more efficient, and that we need help of younger generation to provide this and spread this faster in the associations. So I am very happy to see this mess in the Spanish Chamber of Commerce in China, because the Chinese now want to have control, and now that doesn't seem to uh, like many, but this is a tendency. The associations have to be democratic. All members can be a president or managing director or board member of the association if they have enough votes, and people should be transparently be informed about the candidates' intrinsic compound value, and all these candidates scheme provide then the next uh, yearly step in the association. And so this is a very, very, very positive area that this coronavirus in a digital world will improve very much, because we are very capable of voting. We are very capable of electing candidates if they speak less than 5 minutes, not like this video of 8 minutes. And we are very capable of voting online, and we are very capable of saying, I want these targets, and directors stating, okay, then with these resources, we can get in this time done all this. And then every quarterly reported indicators, and that's all associations must do. And the last thing that members must do is pay for being member of association. I hope the governments understand that supporting the associations is a very cheap way, like supporting the honorary consuls, because we don't get paid, we are free. So why not use free resources? And why pay resources that are inutile, whilst utile resources providing intrinsic values are not used? This is in this digital world that associations must change and identify which associations are good at, and then increase the value for this planet in these strange times we have ahead. Thank you very much, and keep on fighting in the associations. Lower the entrance, the barrier of entry, and please, democratic statutes and investigation of all the accounts and renewal of all the directors constantly, only because the value they supply to the association. And every 3 months, evaluate, monetize, and out. This is the way it should be, and that's the way it will improve. That's the way we do in the private world in all the businesses. Thank you for your time. Bye.